Thank you very much, Evan. It's a pleasure to be here, and I really wanted to extend my gratitude to David and the Future Homes Hub for inviting me today. It really is a pleasure to meet you all and to see everyone this morning. So, as Evan explained, I may be a new minister, but I'm a long-standing politician, and throughout my career, both in local and national government, one issue has stood out consistently, and that's housing. It remains the biggest concern raised by my constituents, and in fact on Friday I had another busy housing surgery with providers and residents and the local authority. And it's clear that across the country the demand for homes continues to outpace supply. That's why the government is committed to delivering 1.5 million new homes during this Parliament. Access to safe, affordable, decent housing isn't a luxury or something that should be left to future generations to resolve. It's a basic necessity and one that we must deliver now. There are important steps that we've already taken, such as confirming the £39 billion social and affordable homes programme to kickstart social and affordable housing across the country. We're also investing £16 billion into the National Housing Bank to support the construction of thousands of new homes. But delivering the homes that people need will take more than government action alone. The government understands that our role is to ensure that the regulatory framework provides the clarity and certainty that the sector needs, so that industry can deliver safer, quality homes where they are most needed. The insight, innovation and commitment represented in this room is central to turning ambition into reality. So I want to thank you for the work that you do day in, day out, and for the leadership that you continue to bring to this sector. By working together, we can make meaningful progress and help make sure that people and communities everywhere have a place they truly feel proud to call home. As you know, pride in our homes isn't just about how many we build, it's about how we build them. We want to build better, more affordable, more sustainable homes that put the nation on the right path to meet its net zero target, net zero by 2050 target. In 2024, residential buildings were responsible for 14% of total UK greenhouse gas emissions. And this has to change. The homes that we build now will still be standing in 2050, and it cannot be that we allow this opportunity to pass us by, resulting in homes built to less ambitious standards and a legacy of retrofit for the future. There is little point in having ambition without a viable plan of action. We recognise that the transition to net zero presents a challenge for house builders, designers and supply chains, especially in light of that 1.5 million target. This is why we're publishing the response to the Future Homes and Building Standards consultation in the coming months. The changes to the building regulations that will arise from these standards will provide clarity for industry to set our house building on a path away from fossil fuels, to deliver homes that are future-proofed with low carbon heating and high building fabric standards, and to ensure that these homes need no retrofitting to become zero carbon as the electricity grid decarbonises. We've also confirmed that the Future Homes Standard will include solar panels, and we expect most new homes to be built with them. I'd like to thank everyone here for engaging so constructively throughout this process. The insight that you've provided has been invaluable in shaping the final standards. We know that there's strong appetite for clarity on the timeline for the Future Homes Standards, and we will be sharing more details soon. In the meantime, we've been taking the time to get the technical detail right and make sure that your feedback is properly reflected. While the Future Homes Standard will bring about an important reduction in the operational carbon emissions created by homes, the spotlight will inevitably need to shift to embodied carbon, which will make up proportionately more of buildings' whole life carbon emissions as operational carbon emissions fall. My department commissioned research to help improve understanding of the data currently available on embodied carbon and identify where gaps and challenges lie. In July, we published a research report to help improve understanding of the data that currently exists on embodied carbon and to identify where gaps and challenges lie in this area. By sharing these valuable insights with industry, we hope to support those who want to take action and help inform future thinking across the sector. This is an area where it's vital to strike a balance between acting at pace and taking a careful approach. We're continuing to consider the best way forward for measuring and reducing embodied carbon in new buildings, and we'll do this through assessing the evidence and continued engagement with industry. But reducing carbon emissions is not the only priority for the future. Water scarcity is emerging as an increasingly urgent issue in the UK, with potential future shortfalls threatening our ecosystems, our food security, and our health. By building new housing to the highest potential of water efficiency, we leave room for future growth across the housing, industrial, and commercial sectors. And we also move towards the target laid out by the Environment Act 2021 to cut public water use in England by 20% per person by 2028. To meet these goals, we must work alongside industry. We launched a consultation in September to review the water efficiency standards within the building regulations. By working alongside DEFRA and the building safety regulator, we've developed a proposal for a plan that we believe will ensure increased water efficiency for new housing and tighter standards for water-stressed areas. We're also seeking views on approaches that may help us to secure water efficiency into the future, such as water reuse systems. This consultation closes in December, and I'd particularly encourage organisations with a stake in water efficiency to respond if you haven't done so already. Your insights are vital to shaping effective and inclusive policy that'll bring about a more resilient and sustainable future. Achieving that resilient and sustainable future requires action on every front, and a cornerstone of that vision is biodiversity net gain. We're committed to evolving biodiversity net gain to ensure it works effectively for both nature and development. In May this year, we launched a consultation to explore how we can make the implementation of biodiversity net gain simpler and more effective for small and medium-sized businesses and developments. The consultation sought feedback on how a broad range of options, including an exemption for small sites, could ease costs, while broadly maintaining environmental outcomes. The consultation finished in July, and DEFRA is considering the responses received. We need a proportionate approach that encourages SME builders to build more while still being able to deliver for nature. But while biodiversity net gain helps ensure that individual developments leave nature in a better state, it's just one part of a wider effort to restore and enhance our natural environment. Delivering more homes with better environmental outcomes requires a planning system that works for nature and for people. Through reforms set out in the Plan for Change, we'll deliver growth and infrastructure while improving the state of nature. The Nature Restoration Fund will enable developers to contribute to an environmental delivery plan, accelerating housing and infrastructure and driving recovery for protected sites and species. It's about moving from a system that slows development and fails nature to one that grows the economy, delivers 1.5 million homes, advances 150 major infrastructure projects, and restores the environment. We've come a long way together, learning and adapting as we set the standards that will shape the homes of tomorrow. Homes designed to stand the test of time, that respect the environment and create places where people can truly live well. Together, we're laying the foundations for a better life for ordinary working families and ensuring that what we build today is cared for tomorrow, homes and communities sustained through long-term stewardship, delivering homes that will endure for generations to come, as Martin so ably described. Thank you very much.